today. My name is Pamela Malbasic, and I am part of a consultation group. And we have been asked to help understand and explore some options for lean sandwich shop at the downtown location. Um, I appreciate you being here today, and as you're aware, we have been experiencing some complaints, and we find that this specific restaurant holds a strategic value as it is the first in a large city. We're hoping that we can turn this around, but if the restaurant does not experience a rapid turnaround, its poor reputation may impact the opportunity for additional sites. So that's why my group and I were brought in, and we are here to present some of our findings, our recommendations, and a way to implement things. Let's see. So I wanted to start first with the problem statement and the goal. In the past year, Lean Sandwich Shop Downtown has scrapped 10% of sandwiches, costing about 120,000 per year in higher than expected labor and scrap materials. The ultimate goal or the goal is to reduce Lean Sandwich Shop's scrap rate from 10% to 2% in 3 months, resulting in 96,096 in annualized cost savings. Current situation, I'm providing here a cost of quality worksheet to explain how did we come up with these numbers. As you can see, we included how long did it take to remake the sandwich, as well as the customer service component and the cost material. In addition, we included the outages per year, and that's the number of defects, which is 21,840. And that averages it out to be 60 sandwiches per day. So that's an annual failure cost of $120,120. If we were to reduce that by 80%, we are looking at a savings of $96,096. I wanted to include a picture of our current value stream map of the Lean Sandwich Shop at the downtown location. Over here, if you can see, we have the different tasks. And then we also have the number of employees. This is a true picture of what it is for the sandwich and the customer to receive. The sandwich is going through this. And here is the customer, how many sandwiches a day. Here's our suppliers and when are things coming in. Here's the number of inventory that we're doing. Our lead time as of right now is 5.03 days. And our value added is 600 seconds, which equals to 10 minutes. As we are doing observations and analysis, we did a count of defect and try to really understand why are we remaking these sandwiches. And we were classifying them, and our top defect is a cold sandwich, followed by the wrong dressing. And that is both together is 53.8%, but the cold sandwich alone, it's the equivalent of 36.8%. We also have some other errors, but because of the high percentage, our main focus is going to be this too, to try to find ways and address a way to reduce those defects. I'm also including a work balance table, and this shows where are our employees at and how are they spending their time. Our takt time, as you know, is 60 seconds. And as you can see, there is some bottlenecks in some areas, and there is also some, you could say, downtime in some of them. The way our current workflow and process is, we currently have 7 tasks, and each of the different tasks has at least one employee. If you look at here on this side of the upper right side, you can see that the number of employees that we have and how long does the process cycle time take, as well as the time for the task. And you can see, like in this one, we have 3 employees. We have a total of 12 employees. The interesting thing is that based on our process time of 10 minutes right now and our current tact time, our number of employees, the optimal one would be 10 and not 12. So we are seeing some failures there that we probably need to look at and maybe find ways to couple different tasks and find ways to reduce the bottleneck areas and make the most of these employees that may have more free time. The next thing that we wanted to review is, as you know, the main defect is the cold sandwich. So we are going to be looking at the task number 5, which is place sandwich in the toaster. And we did a word combination chart. This took a lot of digging from our team, which I really appreciate them. They were doing different observations, and during their observations, the blue one is the actual task of placing the sandwich on the toaster, and the brown one is the machine. So this is the toaster, and it takes 145 seconds for the toaster to fully complete the cycle, but it only takes the employee 10 seconds at the beginning and 10 seconds at the end, or an average of 10 seconds each. So that's about 20 seconds. So with that in mind, we want to separate these two tasks because the employee here, during this 145 seconds, during our observations, the employees were talking to each other. Some other ones were helping, and they had a lot of downtime that could be utilized in probably other areas, or cross-train them in other tasks, or just add more tasks to them. And here are some facts that I wanted to review. So sandwiches right now are taking 10 minutes to make from start to finish. Lean Sandwich Shop remakes are 21,840 sandwiches a year, which equals up to 60 defects per day, or that's the average. Our DPMO right now is 100,000. Cold sandwiches are the biggest defect reason, and our current process has 12 employees. The optimal employees should be 10 based on our work balance table slide. And our task number 5, which is place sandwich on toaster, needs to be reassessed. Observations show employees waiting for toaster to finish, showing some downtime. Some of them were helping other employees, and some of them were just conversing and talking among themselves. The root of the problem: the overall process of making a sandwich has reduced productivity. So we can definitely improve the productivity here. Some employees may experience bottlenecks and others have a lot of downtime. The equipment, after testing things out of the 4 toasters, only 3 are working toasters. And the second main reason for defect was the wrong dressing. And as we dive into that problem, while customers are placing the orders, it is not very clear when a customer wants the mayonnaise or mustard, and that's where some of the complaints are coming. Right now, our cashier, or the person taking the order, is writing down the letter M, and that creates confusion to the person who's adding the toppings and the dressings, and it creates defects that way. Solutions. So to improve the process of making a sandwich by combining tasks, move or reduce people within the task to meet tact time, redesign the work area to limit movement of employees, and add a new ordering slip that will be filled out by customer. Then slip will be handed out to cashier. The slip will follow the sandwich. Pretty simple, right? So I hear we have a new redesign value stream map, and I colored it in red so you can see where the changes that we made or what's the new proposed process. Um, this part of our suppliers doesn't change, that stays the same. We're thinking that our sandwich out requests or the daily 600 orders is still going to stay the same. However, we are separated the toaster out of it and included that it takes 145 seconds and there's 3 machines. We have reduced the number of employees on this task. We added an employee here, but combined 2 tasks. And we here combining 2 tasks together on this 1 task. So that's 3 tasks together, maintain the number of employees, and we are still within the task time. I will be sharing this. I know there's a lot of information here. And this will be the new work balance table. As you can see, my line is below 60, so I apologize for that. But our takt time is here at 60, and you can see that this task and this task are right there where they need to be. And we have this task number 3 and task number 6 that are super close. I am including here the toaster itself. We have 3 of them. And if the 3 of them are working as they should be, we are below the task time. But I label it as a different color so we don't confuse them with the employees that we had. By doing this and moving around employees, based on the information here, we reduce our process time to 455 seconds. And again, that's taking out the toaster component because the time that the employee was spending just waiting for it, it was just wasteful. So what we're doing is that we're utilizing that time for that employee to do other things. So that puts our number of employees to 7.58, and rounding it up, that's to 8 equal. And that's 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. So we are reducing from where we were at, we're reducing employees from 12 to 8. We're also proposing to redesign a work cell, and this may require some remodeling, but it should definitely pay off in the long run. When I mean remodeling is we're just moving the different working stations that they have, and so let's just walk through the process really quick. So with the new process, we have our cash registers here and on this side where the blue dots are at. And what we're doing is we are asking the customer to fill in the slip form that I'll review shortly. And this slip form is going to follow the sandwich all along. And then after the customer fills out the form, they hand it out to the cash register and the cash register charges them. And then this form goes to the next station, which would be right now the yellow employees. And we are labeling in the right order that the process requires. So it goes from bread to protein. So then they're able to take that order and then they go pick the bread and then the protein, and then they pass it along to the next group of people, which will be doing the veggies and the toppings. And then we're gonna have 3 ovens on this end. These employees will be able to move around between the oven and the wrapping and the delivery. And the delivery, it's going to be simpler, as the slip order is going to be following the sandwich, and it's going to have both a number and a name, so they'll be able to easily call the next customer that their order is completed. So these 2 employees are going to be on these 3 different tasks here together, moving around. So this is the new redesign, the proposed redesign work cell. This is the Lean Sandwich Shop customer order. We can definitely print this out in advance and have numbers auto-populate. We also want the customer to fill in their name. if they wish, but if not, the number will definitely help us with the purpose of tracking this sandwich to the right customer. But over here they can select their bread, select their protein, select their cheese, and add as many vegetables as they want, and select the toppings that they would like. This document or this slipboard might need a little bit of extra help, but this is kind of like the backbone of what we're proposing. How are we going to control and sustain these changes? So in this, to maintain and continue the improvement of all of this, we are proposing that it needs to be standardized work. We need to focus on training, and we need to do audits. As part of the standardized work, I'm including a standardized work chart. And that includes right here all the different tasks and the elements that are needed to be done. How long should it take, as well as the different shifts of the managers. And it's also including the work cell of what the process should be. And sorry, here is 455 seconds. Savings. This is probably the most exciting part of the presentation. How much money are we going to save? So, sandwich productivity improvement, prior to our proposed change, right now it's taking 600 seconds to make a sandwich. After it will take 455. The total volume, it's 218,400. That's our annual sandwich volume. The defect or the pack volume, it's at 10%, which equals to 21,840. Our labors right now is 43,680 for the 12 employees that we have. And when we do the change, it's gonna be a dramatic difference to 29,120, which the difference is 14,560 hours. That's the delta in hours. And with an average salary of $15 per hour, we have an expected annual savings of $218,400, which is huge. And not only that, we also have the scrap reduction improvement, and this is specific to the cost of the sandwich of the remake. And our current DPMO is 100,000, but once we establish the change, it's going to change to 8,333. Our total volume doesn't change, which is 218,400. But our scrap units were 21,840 or currently are. And post the change that we're proposing, it will be 1,820. So the difference, or the delta in units, it's equal to 20,020 units. And if we add a cost of unit of $2.80, that's a scrap savings of an expected annual savings of $56,056, which both combined, I mean, this is a lot of money that is on the table right now. Execution. Implementation and execution. So I included here some of the items that need to be completed to roll this process out. I didn't include due dates due to we need approval from you to make sure that we're ready to move forward with this. But this is how we can get started and how we can the list of the implementation plan. So, but let's see. Oh, questions. Does anybody have any questions?